Today, Pro Bowling's postseason blasts off with 4 major champions competing here at the Kia PBA Playoffs. Number 1 seed in 2021 PBA Players Championship winner Kyle Troup goes up against 2018 Masters winner and former Player of the Year Andrew Anderson. And later, 2-time major winning powerhouse Anthony Simonsen looks to take down 2021 Masters champion Thomas Larsen. The journey to capture the title belt in the Kia PBA Playoffs starts now on FS1. In 2019, Portland, Maine hosted the PBA Playoffs in front of a raucous, sold-out crowd at Bayside Bowl. The 9th seed Chris Prather knocked off Bill O'Neill to win the inaugural event and take home $100,000. Then last year in Centerville, Virginia, it was O'Neill's turn to celebrate. He got by A.J. Johnson, Kyle Troup, Tom Smallwood, and the finals took down superstar Anthony Simonsen to earn the title of PBA Playoffs champion and take home the belt. Leading us to Milford, Connecticut, outside New Haven this year, the side of the 2021 Kia PBA Playoffs. Great matchups to begin the playoffs this year. Here is the Sweet 16. The top 16 on the tour points list are here. Look at the names and all 89 titles, 18 majors combined, all matches up to the finals. A race to 2. The first bowler to win 2 games wins the match. If it's tied 1 each, we'll have a 9th, 10th frame roll off, and that could be really exciting. Welcome, bowling fans, just outside New Haven, Connecticut, here in Milford. I'm Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer, Randy Peterson. I've got my bracket, Randy. I've got it filled out. I'm ready to go with our Sweet 16.
That was a lot of work you just did there in the open.
This is going to be fun. We'll wrap this up May 16th. So this is a long playoff to start, and we've got some major names, Randy, to start as well, with Kyle Troup, the top seed, and Anthony Simonsen on this show.
You're right, but let me ask you about this belt. You like this belt?
Love it. I can't wait.
If it goes missing, we know who to look for. Right off the bat, our opening telecast features 2 of the brightest stars on the PBA Tour. Kyle Troup having his best year ever, starting with the Players Championship when he pocketed a cool $250,000, and then second last week for another 50. He's proving he's not just the most colorful out here, but he's one of the best out here as well. And he's also leading the tour in money. Anthony Simonsen, probably the most versatile player on the PBA Tour. He finished second in this event last season, but all eyes are on the colorful one, Kyle Troup.
And let's hear from Kyle now with our Kimberly Presley.
Thanks, guys. So, Kyle, you're sitting in the number 1 seed. So how important is it to do well at the playoffs?
Well, it's always very important regardless of what seed you are. This is one of the prime events of our season. But it's really important to me to cap off a great season that I've had so far and show the world why I am the number 1 seed here at the playoffs.
Well, speaking of that great season, you are in the running for Player of the Year. Is that in the mind at all?
We've actually kind of backed that off of the mind as much. I feel like I put a little too much pressure on myself in Reno. So we're just going to go out here, free mind, have some fun, and throw some strikes.
Have some fun. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I like the refocus from Kyle Troup there, Randy, as we get set for the round of 16.
From Taylorsville, North Carolina, he bowls out of Penn Station in Newton, North Carolina, Kyle Troup.
There's no mistaking the pro with the fro. Both his bowling and his signature hairstyle are bigger and better than ever. Despite the shortened 2020 season, Kyle Troup managed to collect not 1, not 2, but 3 PBA Tour titles and earned his highest annual prize total to date, over $135K. That is until 2021, where he's already taken home over $300,000, funded in large part by his first major title win at the PBA Players Championship. Are more titles and more big paydays in Kyle's future? Can you say, pick it out, baby? This is Kyle Troup.
Always charismatic, always interesting. Kyle Troup is ready to bowl here in Milford, Connecticut at Bowlero.
If I tried to pick it out, I wonder how many of those teeth would break off because of the gel that I use in my hair.
It wouldn't be good. Arsenal for Troup.
Using the strong stuff.
2021 Kia PBA Playoffs underway. A strike for Troup, left lane.
Yes, sir.
From Holly, Michigan, he rolls out of Holly Lanes, Andrew Anderson.
Haters will say Andrew Anderson's 2018 performance was just a flash in the pan. The year saw him win the Masters, lead the PBA points list, and take home the coveted PBA Player of the Year award at just 23. So this Michigan-based bowler has a bit of a chip on his shoulder and is out to prove them all wrong. Slowed by a hand injury in 2019, Anderson has been back with a vengeance this year, claiming his third PBA Tour title with a win alongside partner Chris Prather at the PBA Doubles Championship. But does AA have what it takes to make the grade at this year's PBA playoffs? This is Andrew Anderson.
AA, A squared, here he is. Did not participate in last year's PBA playoffs, checking out his arsenal. Was not part of the top 24 in points, as we just heard in that cool intro. Injury issues. And Andrew told us this week, maybe didn't handle him so well. Try to rush back to his level of greatness more than once when he was 100%. Right lane. Not the ball he wanted to get going. Leaves the 2-pin.
Yeah, watch that right lane throughout the telecast today. Speaking with some of the tour reps, they said it's really tight down lane and the ball wants to read early, but then it kind of fades, and you can see that's exactly what that shot did right there. It's going to be the trickier of the two lanes.
Keep an eye on that, RP. 2-pin, got that, no worries. Andrew is here because Jason Belmonte is in Australia, awaiting the birth of the family's fourth child. Good luck to the Belmos. Down under, Andrew was outside the cut line. 2018 Chris Schenkel PBA Player of the Year. What a season he had in 2018. But Belmo went home to Australia, so Andrew went from out to being in the top 16.
It's like finding money in the street.
Let's see if he can take advantage of that find. Left lane. A high shot. Oh, goodness gracious for 7-10.
Right through the face, you can see more curve on that lane.
Lots of cover, can't do it. Open frame Anderson, big break Troup. Thought it was interesting in Kyle's pre-show interview with Kimberly about backing off the thoughts of Player of the Year. There are still 6 summer events to come after the playoffs. There's a lot of titles out there. Kyle just wants to stay in the here and the now. Good shot.
Yeah, that was a beauty. A little bit softer speed on the right lane to get it to come around the corner. That's exactly what Kyle Troup did. Here's his doubles. A couple doubles wins for him and Jesper, but that was a whiff on the 2-4-5 that gave Andrew Anderson an opportunity to throw a couple strikes in the 10th and good count, and he did just that with partner Chris Prather.
Knocked off Troup and Jesper Svensson in Tampa at the World Series of Bowling. Now a chance for some revenge for the #1 seed today at a big lead early. As he tries for the first 3. Has that perfect start.
Today, Randy.
He's talking to you, buddy.
What did he say? I only caught the end of it.
Feeling it today.
Feeling it today.
Pretty much. So it is the race to 2, Randy. We talked about this top of the broadcast. I love this format. Even if Anderson loses game 1, he can rebound, and he can learn a lot about his ball reaction in game 1, right?
Yeah, he really can. I mean, it doesn't matter if he loses game 1. If any of the players lose game 1 by 100, they get another chance at it. They'll start to fish around, change balls, change angles, and try to find something. There he is, light again, back-to-back 2-pins. So if it goes down that way where Troup just runs him over in game 1, which is exactly what it looks like, it looks like Kyle's got, you know, a great blueprint to the pocket on both lanes. Andrew's still looking for some. It's all good, because if Andrew does find something, he's got another game. If he wins game 2, we go to a 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
There's a 2-pin. So the question is, it's early, but what are you seeing with his issues finding the pocket right now?
He's not soft enough with his ball speed on the right lane, and He's right on the edge of where if he gets the ball a little too far to the right, it's really going to go straight. There's a lot of oil to the outside part of the lane. And so the way to make it come around the corner or get to the pocket on the right lane is slower speed. The left lane, he went high. I see him making an adjustment, even a ball changes, which is exactly what he did here. Ball change, he moved in.
Late tap on the 10.
It almost got over there.
There's his break point on the left lane, but look at where the ball went through the arrows. It's right at the 18th board between 3rd and 4th arrow. Kyle Troup said he's feeling it today, Randy. I just love everything about Kyle Troup, his personality and just kind of person he is, but when he's on the lanes, he never gives up. He's a fighter.
Wow, what a start. The pro with a throw. 4 up, 4 down. Front 4, and who's here? Hey, Guppy's here, the legend. Kyle's dad, Guppy Troup.
I've got so many stories about.
I bet you do. And he is one of the all-time characters of the game, and 8 titles, had a great career.
Yeah, he really did.
Players are allowed guests here, so fans are slowly being welcomed back to our great PBA Tour events. Friends and family for this PBA playoff event over the next several days and weeks in Milford, Connecticut. The good news is we're seeing some fans gradually come back. That's great. Troup.
Help.
Wants help. Oh, almost had the big 4. Looking for a little more help. And the Messengers stall and slow down, getting to the 610.
Yeah. See the numbers there. That was inside a target. You can see the blue line, red line reference, a good 2 boards in. But a nice break for Kyle, just leaving the 610 after starting with the front 4. Last thing you want to do is give any hope to your opponent for an opening.
Uh-oh.
He did just that by chopping.
That's the opening.
Yeah.
It's a chop. 10 stands, open frame. New match here, new game in the first in the race to 2.
And the complexion of this match can change very quickly if Andrew Anderson strikes here in the 5th and 6th.
So, as Randy said, left lane, Andrew made a ball change, adjustment. Let's see the right lane, how things look. Much better. Trip 10, he's back in it.
Went with that ball that he just changed to on the left lane, used it on the right lane. You could see there was a lot more motion there.
And that's the beauty, really, of the race to 2, because you've got a lot of time to make your adjustments as the lanes transition.
Yeah. Right now, he can cut the deficit to 11 with a strike here.
Distraction there for Andrew. Going to take a second.
As long as it wasn't me.
I don't think so this time. Hey, Sean Rash is in bonus. It's not you.
Usually me. Shout out to our boy Sean.
Every time. For the future Hall of Fame. Your voice is loud. It's a good thing. Left lane. Looking for help. Boy, the Messenger in helicopter form almost got to the 10, but not quite.
Head pin to the sidewall. And then
that's the propeller?
Yeah, well, it got interrupted on its way over.
95% of the time, players this level convert that single pin, spare conversion of 10, no problem.
So what you're saying is 95% of the time, it's made every time.
Any Anchorman reference is always good by me. Andrew Anderson, Kyle Troup, great first game in the race to 2. When we come back, funny story, Guppy Troup told us about Kyle. It's pretty good. The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will. And by Kia, introducing the all-new Sorrento, the world's first storytelling machine.
All right, let's take a look at the oil patterns. The 44-foot Carmen Salvino, my old doubles partner. Man, what a treat that was to win with him. Yeah, let's take a look at where the players are playing this. Now, this is both lanes, all the shots that the players have thrown, so that's why you see a little bit of cone. Left lane's hooking just a little bit more. But I think the most important number to follow is this break point, this area down lane. Kyle going a little bit straighter as his break point's only around the 9th board, where Anderson's opening up the lanes a little bit more.
Starting the second half of game 1 in the race to 2. First match of the 2021 Kia PBA Playoffs here on FS1. Anderson had an open early, but Kyle Troup also opened. And now, just a 22-pin game. Right lane for Troup and a strike.
Very nice. You see the break point just a little bit farther right on that right lane, but only by about 1.5 inches at the most. That just being a little bit right of the left lane. His break point's going to be a little bit farther in, I would believe, on that left lane, seeing how there's more friction, but being told that straighter is greater in this center.
So, Rand, here's the story about Guppy and Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Guppy told us today, he said he was bowling a regional. Kyle's about 8 years old. And from across the bowling center, like 30 lanes, everyone's competing. It's a quiet atmosphere. You hear, Gup, Gup, Gup. It's Kyle running. There's Kyle left lane. Gets a strike. And he says, Gup. And Guppy's saying, quiet, son. People are competing out here. He says, Gup, I need a roll of quarters for some pinball. He was 8 years old. Oh, man, I love that.
That's awesome. And, of course, Guppy gave it to him.
Of course he did.
And a great comeback after the open in the 5th. Kyle Troup does not have a spare here through 7 frames, but that's right because he just increased the lead back to 32.
Anderson responds. Now he's locked in to the 1-3 pocket. Don't miss the return of former heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz as he takes on rugged veteran Chris Arreola, plus a stacked card of Mexican firepower. It all goes down next Saturday live on pay-per-view. It's going down here. Kia PBA Playoffs opening match. 8th frame, cut it to 22. That lane, there's a tap on the 8. There it goes.
Look at that.
That's a messenger, right? That's a messenger. It's a chop it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the head pin attack in the 8. I'm not sure that we would all call that a messenger, but
He did.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with AA.
Chop it out. 1 point down by 46 pins. Now it's 22. 8 for Troup. Looks for the turkey. 4 pin. Keeps it interesting in game 1.
Yep. Max scores, you can see them right there. Troup 245, Anderson 234.
Spare ball, cancer awareness, and support breast cancer research. Kimberly told us that story last week in Annandale at the Super Slam, won by one Francois Lavoie. Really cool event last week in suburban DC. Francois is in action tomorrow. It's live 1:30 here on FS1 against the 13th seed Dick Allen. Another match tomorrow is Buttriff, the 5 seed, against O'Neill, the defending champ. It's going to be great excitement during these Kia PBA playoffs. Foundation frame for Troup. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he liked that one as soon as he let go of it. You can look at the numbers and see why. But that's the way you want to set up the 10th frame. I mean, by striking there, he cannot be shut out no matter what Andrew Anderson does. And that's why that strike there was so important.
Anderson takes one of his 2 re-racks. Max scores. Troup in good shape here. Trying to stay locked in. Does so. Little bump, little nudge. On the 10, down it goes.
Well, this is an interesting 10-pin. Watch this. 6 goes to the sidewall and catches just enough. The 10-pin looks like it got hit by a taser.
We dubbed that last year the Taser 10. You said last year you liked that during the playoffs.
We call that the Taser 10?
Well, I did. You said it was pretty cool.
How come I don't remember that?
That's why I'm here, man.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, another good shot. It's a good touch, though. I mean, Andrew Anderson looks like he's really found his game again. And I mean, he's really struggled after his Player of the Year campaign in 2018. Had some injuries, and then I think had some pretty high expectations to live up to. But I'll tell you what, watching him this season, he's looked real nice. He looks like he has his touch back, and now he also looks like he has some confidence back.
Torn tendon in a finger, torn meniscus as well in 2019. Lots of injury issues. Feeling good now.
See it.
Well, now he's just forced Kyle Troup to double. If he strikes on the fill shot, Kyle Troup would need a double. If Kyle Troup were to strike 9 spare, we would have a tie.
Takes his second re-rack, second of 2 in the match, in the game, and makes Kyle sit a little longer and enjoying the moment now. He would love to get one more strike and force the double from Troup.
Yeah, he's going to make Kyle wait. Taking the re-rack.
Andrew told us this week he's now at a place of peace after what he called a mental disaster last year, just trying to rush back from the injuries. He was way behind in this game. Now has a lead late. Would love this fill ball strike, but it doesn't get this one a 10-pin.
Well, now Kyle Troup needs strike 9 spare to win by 1. And that's mentally a lot less trying than it is when you need 2 strikes and count. So strike 9 spare, Kyle Troup wins game 1. Anything less, game 1 goes to AA. Just trying to get the left lane reset to sweep the 10-pin off. There you go. All right.
Kyle's got the Kobe Bryant tribute Lakers uni working today and some incredible custom-made shoes. He looks the part. Now he's ready to deliver on the lanes. Gotta have it. Needs the strike. Gets the strike with a late trip 4. Down it goes. Wow.
What a huge break that was for Kyle Troup. You can see that was inside a target. Check that action out. Man. Listen, hard to shoot 300 without getting a break or 2, and it's hard to win on the PBA Tour without getting a break.
You got a break. I'll take advantage of it.
Exactly
Takes
right.
a re-rack.
Exactly right.
9 spare
So we get a fill ball.
to win game 1, but it's a race of 2. So we'll have a second game. If Anderson wins that, then a 9th, 10th frame roll-off to determine the winner of this match. Winner moves on. Loser is done. Troup. Bringing 10-pin, the 9, now the spare to win it. He needed that. 9 or better to clinch game 1. Now a 10-pin to wrap it up.
Funny game, isn't it? Because that was a better shot than the first shot in the 10.
No doubt. gets the Game 1 win. But it wasn't easy. One pin victory for Troup in Game 1. Randy, Game 2 to follow. We can't wait.
Kyle Troup cashes in on the biggest break of match number 1. Let's see if he can take down AA when we come back.
Recapping Game 1, Randy. Kyle Troup, big shot, big break.
Yeah, without tripping that 4-pin, he doesn't win Game 1, and that was huge. He still needed 9 spare. Got it done. Goes over, talks to Gup. Gup takes a swig of Pepsi. Says, all right, good job, son. Keep it going.
Those two are very close. Kyle's still hoping to tie Guppy Troup with 8 career PBA Tour titles. So the race to 2 points. Win 1 game, of course you won. Halfway there. This is Game 2, full game here. Oh, and a really tough start for AA. Wow.
Well,
2-8-10.
let's not forget he was down 45 early in Game 1 and only lost by a pin. I mean, the rule of thumb is you try to kind of sling the 2 over into the 10 and then kind of have the 10 come off that sidewall and take the 8 out.
.6 conversion rate. Really tough. Try to pick this one up. The double wood and the 10.
Do it.
And
Wow.
That would have been sweet.
would have been.
That would have been a guaranteed rate spare of the game.
I think so.
Just saying.
It's a lock.
Hey, you
right.
said the percentage on the 2-8-10 was what?
.06.
Yeah, it was kind of like my GPA.
We've never really talked about your academics over all the years I've known you.
Yeah, probably not a
Is there a
good.
reason for that?
Probably not a good idea to talk about that.
Troup starts his second game. Wow, look, really good shot with a 4-pin. Wiggles and does not drop. Tough break there for Kyle Troup.
He's migrating in now. He's moving both feet in target. And folks at home, that's a great lesson when your bowling ball starts to hook a little bit more than it was at the start of, say, a game of league. And all of a sudden you have this great line to the pocket, and then the ball starts overhooking. You got to move your feet and your target, not just your feet.
Good advice. Back to Kimberly.
Well, guys, as we saw earlier, Kyle's father Guppy is here cheering on his son. But to get here, Kyle, Guppy, and Jesper decided on a road trip, driving 11 hours from Taylorsville, North Carolina. So I asked Kyle what the trip was like, and he said it actually brought back a bunch of memories from when he was younger, riding with him to regionals, and it was nice to be on the road with him again. And Guppy seemed to agree, saying when Kyle was a kid, all he talked about was driving to stops with him and his mom. So now to be able to do that with his son on tour is just pretty great. And now I don't know about you guys, but I kind of am dying to see some video of what those epic car karaoke was like, don't you think?
Who do you think the better singer would be there, Randy, in that car?
Oh,
Guppy drove the whole way, by the way.
all my money goes on Guppy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Always the
And
showman,
I'll
always the performer.
And I'll tell you why, because first of all, Jesper doesn't sing. I guarantee you. And Kyle probably does, but he's probably a little tone deaf.
I'm with you on that. 10-pin, yeah. Got that cross lane for the conversion and the mark. Cool bonding time for those guys, though. Great to see them together. And really awesome to have Guppy in the audience today.
Yeah, I mean, they are super, super close. Andrew going with a different ball again.
Woo, perfect. Smokes the 1-3 pocket to perfection.
Take a look at what Andrew's doing with his hand at release. A little more on the side of that shot there. You can see the rotation. That ball fits perfectly in the 1-3.
Andrew told us this week he feels the physical and mental game closest it's been in 2018 when he was Player of the Year. Pretty good shot there, 10-pin stands. And he felt very fortunate to be out of the points list at 17, and Belmo, of course, went home to Australia for his family. What an opportunity for Andrew to compete here. Would you agree, Randy? Is his game back to 2018 in your mind?
I mean, it looks really good. You know, a lot of weird things happened in 2018, and some guys didn't bowl very well. And Andrew was really the only guy that kind of showed up, and he won the major, led the point list, and that won him Player of the Year. And then, like I said earlier, he struggled, he had some injuries. I mean, I've always loved Andrew Anderson's game. He's just a kind of an old school shot making kind of guy, you know, with plenty of revolutions and power.
Right there, that's a good ball change.
Kyle Troup, ball change. We're going to take a look at his 2021 record.
In the majors, we know about the players and that $250,000 start to the year with a major win in Jupiter, Florida. TOC 7th, won by Lavoie. World Championship, of course, won by Tampa Tom Doherty. 5th place. Didn't bowl well at the U.S. Open, told us this week. Look, he needed a reset after that. Didn't match up well for the very challenging conditions in Reno.
Tell you what's interesting is these players have bowled less than a game and a half, and there's been a lot of ball changes. What a shot that was.
Bowled well last week in Annandale at the Super Slam, a non-PBA Tour title event, but got those finals, lost to Francois Lavoie. A really good year for him.
Did you hear what I said? Less than a game and a half. And how many ball changes now? 4 different bowling balls going down the lane. Think about how much transition is happening right now and what these players are trying to do.
Frame down 20, 10-pin stand.
So this line right here for Andrew Anderson, the ball's coming around the corner too late, leaving that soft 10. There it is, 6-pin lays in the right gutter.
Got it. Fifth-year pro, 3 titles. Holly, Michigan, not far from Ann Arbor, a huge Wolverine fan. Central Region Finals at the Players in Jupiter. Not too bad, the TOC in the World Championship. Top 25 in Reno at the Masters. U.S. Open won by Chris Fye is a tough event.
Yeah, apparently Troup and Anderson, neither one liked that.
Not much.
You know, one of my best U.S. Opens ever was in this building.
You were talking about that yesterday. Some good memories for you here.
Yeah, it was back in '98, and I think I had my highest set ever back when the scoring pace was a little bit higher in U.S. Opens. But, yeah, I remember bowling in this event, back-to-back U.S. Opens.
98, 99. Great to be back here in 2021.
Oh.
Trip 10-pin.
Oh, just getting all primeval all over the 10.
Might not send a messenger, so we got to rip it out when we can.
So we saw the half 10 by Andrew Anderson on this right lane. And watch the difference. See that? The 6-pin just goes to the sidewall and annihilates the 10-pin.
By the way, if you're looking in the history books, 98, Walter Williams Jr. beat Tim Chris. U.S. Open, 99, Mr. 300, Bob Lauren Jr. beat Jason Couch. Those 2 years. Left lane, Troup.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Where was the 7?
Good enough.
The physics, Randy, how does this spin stand?
I don't know, but you can see those numbers right there. And the good news is that he missed a couple boards to the right and still got it back to the pocket. And for a player, when you know that you've got a little miss room, that's a good thing. That'll always free up an arm swing, knowing that you can miss left and right of target. You know what else will free up an arm swing?
What's that?
$300,000 in your pocket.
Halfway home, second game. Troup won the first by 1 pin. Can Anderson win the second and send us to a 9th, 10th frame roll-off? We'll find out from just outside New Haven, Connecticut next. Yeah, Kyle. Get it. Sprinkler. He's having some fun.
Great.
One of the great showmans of the game, just like Dad, just like Gup. Troup won the first game by 1 pin, 234-233. And has a big lead in game 2. It's the race to 2. Win 2 games, you advance. Lose, you go home. Simonsen Larsen, 8-9 seed match still to come here today. Anderson was down by 45 pins in the first game, almost rallied to win. Second game at home again. Out of the commercial break, big strike.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of a little mistake there. You see how wide he got it, and it still got back. I'm thinking he tried to get around that one a little bit more to get it to have a little more motion down lane.
Great collegiate career in addition to Team USA at Oakland University of Michigan. Left lane, really needed that one, got it.
So it looks like he's rolling it on the left lane and trying to get around it on the right lane. And the last 2 shots, well, he did exactly what I think he wanted to do. Look at his hand here. It looks like it's a little more rolly. And he's right back in this.
10-pin game in game 2. Title match, Scorpion. World Series of Bowling, right lane, Troup. Wow.
Yeah, it was a good shot that didn't strike. Kyle, you can see he's a little aggravated with the result. He was working on a 3-bagger, then that kind of flaky shaker 7 on the left lane, and nice shot there.
Cross lane, 10-pin, got it.
Stuff like that'll put wrinkles in your forehead real
Shout out,
quick.
Anthony.
Just look at me. You know
You've
that
got a couple of them.
I'm 33 years old. Look at this face.
You're very distinguished looking for 33. 33, you said?
I look like a dehydrated Shar-Pei.
There he is, he's back.
And it's all from no carry. I feel your pain, Kyle. All right, see if he can get back on it. Strike here in the 8th. His max score is 247, but look what Anderson can do.
Left lane, big shot. Yeah, all 10. Down there for Kyle Troup, the top seed, trying to advance over the 16th seed, Andrew Anderson.
Kyle Troup's missed the pocket once in 1 game in 8 frames. I really like what he's doing. But Andrew Anderson can strike out and steal game 2. Got to have this one.
Gets it.
You see him running that out as soon as he let go of it?
He liked it. Takes the lead, Randy, with the 8th frame strike.
Anytime you see a player start stepping over, watch this reaction. Lets go of it. It's about halfway down the lane, and he knew it.
4-bagger at the right time for AA, and a 1-pin lead into the foundation frame. Has to win this game to stay alive in the match.
Go.
A huge shot. Yes! up 11.
Stole one there. You heard him say go, go, and that's because it was inside a target. It sure did. He knows the score. Kyle Troup now can put all the pressure on Andrew Anderson. Remember, in the doubles, Kyle gave him an opening, and Andrew Anderson stepped right through that opening and then went on to win the doubles title with Chris Prather.
To cut it to one, Troup. Ooh, that's high. Through the nose. Leaves a lot.
Yeah, it was a bad shot. It's only the second time he's missed the pocket all day, and Kyle Troup with a big mistake.
3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. Enormous miss.
I forgot it's 44
Open
feet.
frame.
It'll get across there.
4-7 up, and look at the change with the mistake from Troup so late.
Well, it's now looking like we're going to go to a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Anderson looks like he's locked in, and Kyle with the errant shot. It's all going to boil down to how that's going to affect him in the 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
Simon Larsen to come ready. That's next here at FS1. Day 1 of the 2021 Kia PBA Playoffs.
Remember last week when he made the ball change and what happened, right? And after the fact, he said, well, I probably shouldn't have changed balls. And that ball change may have cost him $50,000. Kyle wins game 1, 234, 233, missed the pocket one time and chopped the spare. Otherwise, it's 240. In game 2, he makes a ball change.
Left flame strike. 10th frame.
Let's entertain.
So the ball change is such a huge part of this sport. Strategy, it can work well, it can backfire.
Yeah, the interesting thing about last week was that Kyle's ball change came after a lot of practice in between his last match and then that finals match with Francois, and he felt like it was the right way to go, and it ended up costing him. See, and then that shot there goes light. So you have a high shot on the right lane, you have a light shot on the left lane, and it's hard for that not to get into your psyche. Once you see that, right? It's like, hey, if I throw the ball and I miss a couple boards to the right and it hits the pocket, great. And if I miss a couple boards to the left and it hits the pocket, great. But when I ace one and it goes light or high, now you got to ask yourself, okay, what do I do?
9 pins here, ready for the win for Anderson. He'll get 9, he'll get the victory. He wins game 2, and we're going to a 9th, 10th frame roll-off to determine the winner of the opening match here at the Kia PBA Playoffs.
Well, I think all the pressure now is on Kyle Troup. Not only because he's the #1 seed, but he basically had Anderson buried by 45 at one point in game 1 to win by 1 pin. This game here, he was up by 31 at one point. And I think he may be questioning what to do on both lanes. Andrew Anderson's locked in.
So his ball change early after the struggles in game 1 worked out. Kyle is still searching. What will happen in the roll-off? That's the question.
Wow. Didn't expect that. So, Dave, you've done a lot of NCAA basketball.
I have.
What's it like when a number 16 seed upsets the #1
It's only
seed?
happened one time in history. Virginia UMBC a couple years back. Once. It's a rarity. Roll-off rules. There you have it. The higher seed, of course, Kyle Troup will choose the order. Andrew will start.
First time, sorry.
If we're tied after the 9/10 frame roll-off, we go to a one-ball
Good.
roll-off.
Good.
Looks relaxed. That's a good sign.
It's going to make Andrew start on the left, so Andrew has to finish last.
Roll-off's underway. Across the deck. Lots of pin action, but no messenger. 10-pin stands.
Yeah, there was a lot of action going towards the 10-pin and in that direction, but nothing seems to cover the 10 as the head pin goes behind. Cover. All right, well, if Troup throws 4 here, he wins. Strike in the 9th, 3 in the 10th. Actually, max score now for Anderson is 50. Troup can throw a strike in the 9th and 2 in the 10th and count. Oh!
Cross the deck. Sweep the leg. Out
Cobra,
goes the 10.
Cobra Kai!
Cobra Kai.
Sweep the leg, Daniel!
No mercy.
Watch this. This is the exact opposite of the last hit we just saw with Andrew Anderson. 10-pin actually collides with another pin and slings it into the 10. And now the 10 needs reconstructive surgery.
That was amazing. 2 strikes and 1. We'll win it and advance to the round of 8 for the top seed. Wow, perfect. Tattoos the 1-3 pocket.
In the 10th frame on this left lane,
No 8-pin.
he doubled in the 10th. Beautiful shot there, and now there's no 8-pin. We have to recycle the left lane for Kyle Troup, which is bad news for Andrew Anderson. If he gets a chance, it just makes him have to sit there that much longer. But if Kyle Troup has anything to do with this, he's going to shut the door the next 2 shots. He needs a strike and 1. Talk about some drama here in our opening match.
We said that, Randy, top of the broadcast, that these roll-offs could be incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah.
We got one right out of the gate.
If he doesn't strike on this ball, Anderson can win this matchup, and a 16 seed beats a number 1 seed for only the 2nd time. Well, that's just counting the NCAAs. Oh, it's inside a target. Oh my goodness!
He strikes. And assuming he keeps it on the lane, which we know he will, Kyle Troup's going to get through with a fight. But advance past Andrew Anderson.
Brother, that shot there was heading towards the city. And it held its line, and it's 10 back. Kyle Troup needs 1.
New York City?
Yes,
New
sir.
Haven? Which city?
No, New York City. Wow, Kyle knew something we didn't. He knew there was a little hold there. He used it. Kyle Troup's going to advance. What a comeback.
Troup advances to take on the winner of Simonsen Larsen, which is next here on FS1 as the Kia PBA Playoffs continue. This was an incredible match that goes to the 9/10 frame roll-off, won by Kyle Troup. Simon Larsen still to follow. Lavoie, Allen, Buttriff, O'Neill tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern our start time here on FS1. Day 2 of the Kia PBA Playoffs. Kimberly joined by Kyle Troup.
All right, well, Kyle, Andrew kept the pressure on you, and you guys ended up in that roll-off. So what goes through your mind when that pressure hits?
You know, I didn't really feel too much more pressure. Like I said earlier in the week in the interviews, if the matches go 1-1, I try and just stay calm, stay in the same process, try and get up there and throw 60 pins in the roll-off. And, you know, with Andrew giving me that early spare, I felt like if I just go up, make 3 great shots, I can win the match. And it was kind of smooth sailing.
Well, you won it. Now you advance to the round of 8. What's it mean to have your dad, Guppy, here watching you win today?
Oh, it's great. I mean, just to look back, look at him, I'm sure he's more nervous than me, but it's been a while since he's been on tour with me, so it's really fun to be able to travel with him. You know, he makes me cook for him too, so I got to do that now after we get done with the show, but I love it.
That's awesome. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
What's for dinner? What's for lunch, Kyle? I want to know.
Come on, baby.
He's got one. He's advancing.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with Guppy Troup. We're going to go down to the barbershop. We're both going to get a hot shave.
Oh. Great bowling still to follow. Our 2021 Kia PBA Playoff coverage continues tomorrow on FS1 Live at 1:30 Eastern. Great matches coming up. Lavoie, Dick Allen, Buttrup, and the defending champ, the real deal, Bill O'Neill, here in Milford, Connecticut. Next, great matchup coming your way. Simonsen, Larsen. Simo, 2-time major champ. Larsen, this year's Masters champ in Reno, Nevada. Match 2, PBA Playoffs coming up next. Here we go. Time to resume 2021 Kia PBA Playoffs here in Connecticut. Round of 16 matchup, Simonsen, Larsen. This will be fun. Let's meet the bowlers.
A member of the Danish national team since 2005, Thomas Larsen.
After over a decade on tour, Denmark's Thomas Larsen thought he might never win a tour title on American soil and was ready to give up the dream. But all that changed at the 2021 USBC Masters in Reno, Nevada. In a battle of the Scandinavians, Larsen defeated top seed Jesper Svensson of Sweden. This was Larsen's first major and made him the first Dane to win the USBC Masters. Now that the curse is broken, can Larsen take more titles in the States? This is Thomas Larsen.
Soft-spoken off the lanes, does his talking with his great bowling on the lanes. Arsenal for Larsen. What a 2021 this guy's had. Gets us started left lane in style.
Living in Las Vegas, Nevada, bowling out of the Nerd, Anthony Simonsen.
Is second place really the first loser? Take your life into your own hands and ask baby-faced bad boy Anthony Simonsen. Despite previously coming in first at 7 national tournaments, 2020 found Simo stuck in second at 4 PBA events, and for the first time since 2015, he didn't win a single title. Ouch. It's much of the same in 2021, with Simo taking runner-up at the Tournament of Champions despite being the top seed. Double ouch. But this year is far from over, and there's still plenty of frames left for Simo to go from first loser to first place. Can he do it? This is Anthony Simonsen.
Wants to reach the double ouch and feel a little better about things here at the playoffs. Let's find out if Simo can do that. There's his Arsenal. Gets started right lane. Oh! Power.
Look how much straighter these players are going in match number 2, and no, the lanes were not re-oiled. And at the top of the show, you heard me say, as you take a look at Anthony's hand behind the bowling ball, that he may be the most versatile player out on tour. I asked some tour reps. They said absolutely 100% he is. Remember, he also has a backup ball in his arsenal. He's won a regional event throwing a backup ball. We've seen him throw backup balls on television. He can do anything to a bowling ball.
amazingly versatile bowler. Wow. That ball is cooking, just smoking down the lane, 20+ miles an hour.
And one of the reasons why they're able to go that straight when your rev rate is that high is you have to throw it faster. That or shorten the lane up.
Lost in the finals to Bill O'Neill last year in Centerville at the PBA Playoffs. As we saw in that cool intro, lots of runner-up finishes recently for him. Larsen, nice.
Biggest difference from both players is this number right here, RPM. Thomas Larsen, this is his A game. Just kind of rolling right up the back of it. See that hand wide open, and then it gets back up underneath it. Going straight is his A game.
First time in his career, he participates in the PBA playoffs, the 9th seed. A versatile shot maker. Told us this week his flexibility, versatility will help. Adjusting the conditions. That's a nice looking shot as he crunches the 1-3 pocket.
And again, these lanes were not re-oiled. Both players going much straighter than Andrew Anderson and Kyle Troup were in their opening match.
Do you like that approach on the burn?
I hear that's the way to play this pattern, and that's the way to play this center.
Simon.
I mean, I don't know why I expect anything different at any place we bowl at, because everything's the same.
Some early self-deprecating talk. I'm a little surprised. We're early here. 2-game match, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just not, that's not what you do. It's not the ingredients for success and winning. Anthony's gotten himself into a place where when his ball doesn't strike every time it hits the pocket, it's immediately the end of the world, and he gets really down on himself and he gets dejected. He needs to fight harder, fight through it. There's a lot of bowling left. This is not a 1-game match. This is a 2-game match. I think he's probably one of the hardest players to beat in this format in a 2-game match.
Great run last year in the finals, I agree. Trip 10, left lane, there's a strike. And we met with Simon. He came to the booth before going to the TV pair. And he said, I'm in a better place. I'm going to be better in terms of the mental approach. But early little wrinkle today.
He's got to fight more. Yeah. He's got to fight more. He's only 24. He's had so much success at a young age. And now he's kind of in this drought. But you know what? There's been a lot of players great players that have gone through the same thing. E.J. Tackett's gone through the same thing. Belmonte went through the same thing at one point.
Larsen looks for the front four. No help on the 10-pin.
Almost. Both players leaving 10 pins on that right lane.
Ten-pin has the spare. Bowl anywhere, anytime with the new PBA Bowling Challenge mobile game for iPhone, iPad, and Android. Head to PBA.com to check out the game and continuously updates with new competitions and challenges. Download the free app today.
I actually saw that app on your phone the other day when I was looking at your phone, Dave.
Were you looking at my phone?
Yeah.
Why were you looking at my phone?
I was just going through some of your personal information.
Thanks. Left lane. Whoa. That looks nice.
Yeah, all that pizza from New Haven, Connecticut that was ordered off your phone. Yeah, that wasn't me.
Okay. I'll send you a bill. Those pins had no chance, Randy. Look at the contact, the shrapnel. Boom.
going to shoot at the rack when their pins are touching.
Looks like the pins have to be reset again here.
Well, he's always lately been having issues with the racks. He's taken a re-rack here. And now he's gone through both re-racks.
Wow.
2 a game is all the players get.
That's early. Larsen has the full complement. We turn away from that one. Bringing 10 pin.
Well, he threw this shot here and then turned around from it like he threw a bad shot. And then his reaction looked like, see, I told you I'd leave a 10 pin.
I mean, is it that hard?
Since the 2019 PBA Bear Open, look at that. We talked about it, Randy, top of the broadcast. He made a good point. This guy is as talented as any bowler in the world, but in title matches, wow, 0 for his last 6. Why does he have the drought, Randy, in your opinion?
Well, we should use that as a tease going to break.
So let's,
I have an idea.
when we come back, talk about that very thing with Simon.
We will. Great break here. Leaves a 10 pin on the right lane. Carries that hit. Can Simonsen right his brain and get back in this match?
The on-lane graphics you see today, including the ball tracer, courtesy of Clutch Bowling, looking awesome, as always. Simonsen struggling a bit here, Randy. Upset in the commercial break.
He's borderline full tilt. I mean, you know, complaining about his fan not working and the pins being off spot. You know, and I could see if there was other players that were complaining about the pins and the pin setters. And if every game we went through every re-rack, every player took a re-rack, then I would say, hey, there may be a problem with this. But he seems to be the only one complaining about it.
Big shot here out of the break. Larsen works on his right and converts for a 20-pin lead.
And I got to tell you, if you're, go ahead.
It's a big subject with Simo trying to get back in gear. The 6 straight TV finals, the runners-up. Now, looks like he's in his own head. How does he get out of this rut?
You know, that's a great question. I think part of it has to do with his age. He's only 24 years old, and I think he needs to do or take a real long look at the successes that have been afforded to him because of the PBA Tour, our sponsors, and our owners. And look back and look at how much money at age 24 he's made and be a little more thankful and a little less privileged.
30-pin lead here. A lot of bowling remaining in this match. It's a race to 2, so even if he does not win game 1, Larsen a big lead. Still game 2, and then possibly the 9th, 10th frame roll-off. We know Simonsen's been fantastic in this format before. Last year as the 4 seed, beat Chris Prater, beat Belmo, went to the finals, lost to Bill O'Neill. Had a lot of success.
Play the rack, and that doesn't work either.
After the win over Dick Allen in the first round a year ago. That was with a field of 24. This is 16 in 2021. Anthony, the 8th seed based on the points list heading into this event.
Great lane. Great lane.
And he's still displeased.
Well, I mean, he can complain about the lane all he wants. He just missed 2 boards left and left a 4-pin. I mean, if I miss 2 boards left, I go big 4. He should be thankful.
Troup's a lot better. Clearly one of the most talented bowlers in the world.
A little better execution.
Runner-up U.S. Open to Belmo last year. Runner-up to Belmo at the World Championship in Vegas. PBA Tour Finals. Runner-up to Kyle Troup, Jupiter last year. And the playoffs, as we talked about last year, to Bill O'Neill. Lots of second-place finishes. That means you're winning a lot of money on the tour, doing really well. He's only 24, eighth-year pro. Larsen sitting pretty right now. Shots like that, trip 10-pin. 40-pin lead.
But, you know, if you're Thomas Larsen, you've got to be really loving what you're seeing from your opponent, because Simonsen's not focused right now. He's distracted. Larsen is just kind of staying within himself, doing what he likes to do best, and then watching his opponent implode. And, you know, when you're, whether it's a one-game match or a two-game match, and you see that going on, you got to feel like you have an advantage.
Foundation frame. Looks for the five-bagger. 50-pin lead. You better believe it. Rolling in game one.
Max score 279 for Larsen, 239 for Simonsen. Let's see what happens on this right lane.
First title came back in 2016. The Rod Holman PBA doubles with Connor Pickford in Reno. Second youngest to win a tour title. And then we know about the records: youngest to win a major and youngest to win two majors at 19 and 22 years old, respectively. No shortage of talent for this guy. Seven titles, two majors. 10-pin goes, strikes. Larsen will step up in the 10th. The ball change for Simon, thinking about game two. Some of the bowlers have the option of doing it at the end of game one. Want to fish around a little bit, think about the second game.
I wouldn't be throwing that one. Just saying. 238, it's a pretty good game. I think that was the first ball. He actually missed the pocket. There were some 10 pins, two 10 pins and a 4-pin, all on the right lane. Larsen, his max score 279. He only needs 7. I think he can handle that. That was a ball change as well for Larsen.
He got 7 against the win.
Interesting. He's got 279 in the making and throws another ball right there.
Larsen has wrapped up game one. Away 10. Leaves the 10, but he's wrapped this one up. Wins game one. And wants to join Kyle Troup in the round of 8 here at the 2021 Kia PBA Playoffs. Six-pin win, game one. Thomas Larsen, the 9th seed, over that guy. Anthony Simonsen, the 8th seed, race to 2. Moments ago, Simo still very frustrated with his tour reps.
The rack in the 7th frame, we're at 4-pin. I can see the 5-pin sitting down. How am I try to hit the pocket there? I'm going to wrap 10. So I have to try to shove it up the lane. I think it's about time to look for another career.
Oh boy.
I think that just kind of solidifies what I said earlier.
Strong words. And not frustrated at the tour reps, but venting to them. All right, left lane. Game 2. That's high. 4, 6, 7.
The lane didn't reset.
Still frustrated. Where does he go from here, Randy?
Well, he's about ready to be sent home. And when he gets there, he needs to do some soul searching. He needs to watch video of himself and watch the way that he's been reacting and behaving. And he needs to understand that there's no way that can't affect his performance. You know, Dave, I bowled against players out on this tour on television where they just had so much belief in what there was nothing that could stop them, and it didn't matter if they left 3 10 pins, and they just had so much belief, and you know what, and so much fight, and so much just so much moxie that it just didn't matter, and they found ways to win. They found ways to win when the lanes were different. They found ways to win when maybe one rack was bad on one lane. They found ways to beat opponents that were maybe better than they were. They fought and they grinded it out, and they found ways to get it done.
Already looking for a 21-pin lead. There's the break. Another strike. It's all happening with Larsen now and not for Simon.
And Simon sitting there watching that break that Thomas Larsen just got. What do you think that's doing? It's just piling on. It's just adding to it.
Trip 9 pin. Simon, right lane. A good recovery shot. We're early in game 2 here. There's a lot of bowling remaining after losing game 1.
You know, after all was said and done in game 1, and we know that Larsen could have gotten up and struck out for 279. He made a ball change, looked at something different, left it 2-8-10. Simonsen only lost by 6. Now, keep in mind, it's not a total pin type of format. I get that, but so how'd you bowl? Well, I lost the first game 244, 238.
Oh boy.
You have to believe that good things are going to happen to you, because if you don't, chances are they probably won't. And I get that it's been a bit of a drought, but again, all great players have been through the ups and downs. If it was easy to win out here, anybody could, and it's not easy to win out here.
This guy's been away from Denmark for a long time. Because of COVID restrictions, it's not easy. Can't go back and forth to Europe. Kimberly has more.
No, they can't. And we've talked about it in the past on how tough it is for these international guys being away from home for such an extended period of time. And Thomas Larsen is one of those athletes. See, he left Denmark over 2 months ago, and right before he came to the U.S., he actually had his old house bulldozed, making way for new construction. And since he's been gone, that construction has started. And in fact, when he returns home, it will be just about finished. And Thomas told us that even though he really misses home, he's actually happy that he's been here while the new house goes up, because he's been able to miss the craziness that goes into building a new home.
Yeah, can't believe how much challenge is offered with construction in a house. It can be interesting. Girlfriend Hannah back over in Denmark is handling all the logistics, and Thomas looks at pictures every day and sends his input via text and the DMs, but A lot happening 2+ months, as Kimberly talked about, for Larsen here in the U.S. Looking forward to returning to Europe.
Well, think about how tough it would have been back when you were a kid, being away from home for 2 months. You had to use a rotary phone.
Trip 10-pin there, and in our discussion with Thomas Larsen this week, you mentioned when you were born, you went to Asia, young kids at home, for more than a month, long time.
31 days in Asia I spent was the longest time that I'd ever been away from home, and we had a phone, and that was it. I mean, there was
it a rotary phone?
No, it was actually push button, and it was cordless.
Oh, man.
All right, re-rack on the left lane for Simonsen. And I don't believe, has Larsen taken a re-rack yet? Has not taken
He's
a
got
re-rack.
his 2 in game 2.
No, I meant, like, has he taken a re-rack yet today?
No.
Well, there you go. Some
Miracle!
nice picking. Seriously. Okay. Wow.
Larsen front 4. Trying to go back by 21. Tap on the 10 stays perfect.
Carrying everything.
Front 5.
Do you believe in karma?
I do.
All right.
The impact of the pandemic on youth sports has been significant, and while recovery has started in some communities, too many children in need are still on the sideline. Visit goodsports.org to learn more how you can help Fox Sports and Good Sports restore play for at-risk youth and the programs that serve them through donations of brand new sports equipment. Great cause. Great bowling, Larsen. Looking to get halfway home on a perfect game. Front 6, yes!
Wow. Look at the numbers over here to the right. A lot of other of our statistics come from our great friends at Lane Talk. For more information and more great stats and more great stuff to help you be a better bowler, go to lanetalk.com. Well, we've got one guy that's trying to get back in it, but Thomas Larsen is perfect through 6. We have a possible 300-game alert. Join us when we come back.
The PBA on FS1 is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will. And by Kia, introducing the all-new Sorento, the world's first storytelling machine. Back in Connecticut, Kia PBA Playoffs, round of 16 already. Kyle Troup in a 9th-10th frame roll-off got by Andrew Anderson in the opening 1-16 match. This is the 8-9 seed, head-to-head. But 4 strikes in a row, looking for the 5-bagger. Simo.
Oh, boy.
Game 2. Looking for help across the deck. The messenger does not make contact with a 10.
I don't think you can complain about the rack or anything else with this shot. I mean, he gets airborne, and it was just bad execution out of the commercial break.
With the breast cancer awareness pink spare ball. Converts the 10-pin.
Lovely rack. Bobby, can I have a re-rack, please?
It's a spare of the game brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate. Believe you will.
He's taken the last 2 re-racks on the left lane. Game 1, it was the right lane where the racks were an issue. I don't know.
Used all 4. 2 games combined with the re-racks. Larsen just quietly rolling along here. Left lane strike for Simo. Larsen halfway home to a perfect game and a $10,000 bonus. Tomorrow on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Talladega Superspeedway for the Geico 500. The high-speed action starts Sunday at 2 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Larsen trying to continue perfection, does so. 7 up, 7 down.
And keep in mind that in our first match with Troup.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The chasing 300 alert. There it is. It's my first chasing 300 alert.
Totally forgot about that. It was coming in. So in our first match, Troup and Andrew Anderson, remember they were playing like 1920 at the laydown? Well, wait for a strike track to come up, powered by Kia, and you'll see exactly where this guy's laying the ball down at. There, well, there it is right there. About 12-9.
Looking for 8 straight. Yes, indeed.
Atta boy, Thomas. Let's get this done.
There have been 30 perfect 300 games on TV, PBA Tour history, including Chris Vai's 30th this year in Jupiter, February 7th.
So Simonsen, 238 game 1. He could shoot 258 in this game and just get taken back behind the shed. I mean, Thomas Larsen is just locked and loaded. He's missed twice in a game in 8 frames.
Amazing. Wow. The Great Dane doing it.
Nice shot.
2-5.
All right, come on, buddy. One at a time here.
Good sportsmanship. You got to root on a 300 game, right?
Yeah, right now I'm rooting for Thomas Larsen to make us all feel really good about this match. And he can do that with 4 straight strikes.
Looking for 9. Oh, there's 9. Trip 10. 9 up, 9 down.
Well, that's very nice. Another beautiful shot here. Pretty straight up second arrow for Thomas Larsen and the love tap on the 10. 3 away from the 31st 300 game in PBA history. Let's go. The Great Dane.
Chasing 300. Oh, man. 9 pin on a great shot. We will not have the 31st televised 300 game. What a great ball from Larsen. No 300, but he's going to roll on here at the PBA Playoffs. Man, oh man, great shot.
He got it in just a pinch, and it 9 pinned on him. Remember that? He carried that hit on that lane in the second frame where he tripped the 9 out. Oh man, he'd love to have that one back, but Thomas Larsen's moving on.
That's not what I thought that one was meant. I was waving. I didn't think it would tip.
That one was further left than it needed to be.
Yeah, but every time I mess up, it falls off harder.
Yeah.
Thomas Larsen will join Kyle Troup in the round of 8 and the 2021 Kia PBA Playoffs. Tomorrow's matches: Lavoie, Allen, Buttriff, O'Neill. Round of 16, 1:30 Eastern on FS1. Don't miss it. We saw a roll-off with Troup Anderson. We almost saw a 300 game from Larsen. Eventful first day, Randy.
Yeah, I mean, we had a little bit of everything. We had some nice matches. We had some pure chaos for an inexplicable reason to start our match, our second match. Thomas Larsen's proved that he deserves to be called a major champion, and he just bowled brilliantly today and got on top of Simonsen early and just never let up.
Kimberly, joined by Thomas.
Thanks, guys. So, Thomas, Randy just said something leading into this interview. He said you proved today why you are a major champion, because you made it look easy out there. Even though Anthony was saying he had some issues with the lanes, you did not. And why did these lanes help you or play into your game so well today?
Well, I felt like when we practiced, I felt like it was either something where I could run over the other guys, or I was going to get run over, depending on how they broke down. And they just broke down to where I could just kind of shove it into the pocket rather than having to try and hook it. And I got a couple of lucky breaks to carry, but it was just good.
Well, you are bowling very well right now. So why do you think that your career is just on the upswing right now?
Confidence is a big thing. I have to thank the guys at Storm, making the change to them, getting the support from Tim and Sean and Jim out here every week. That's made a really big difference for me. It just go to talk to them and you just get instant confidence.
Well, support is always helpful, and you're going to need them because now you're advancing to the round of 8 and you are taking on none other than Kyle Troup. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm going to be wearing the cat shirt, so hopefully the cat eats the fish.
I love it. Congratulations on your advancing.
Thank you.
Impressive victory for Thomas Larsen, Randy. They all want this belt. Eventually, May 16th.
You want that belt.
I want that belt right now.
You have no chance at winning that belt.
Almost a 300 game.
Yeah.
Larsen, cool, calm, collected as always. And as he mentioned a moment ago with Kimberly, he has been dominant of late. The reason is, question, why?
Well, he's got confidence now, and winning a major will do that for you. I also think that this oil pattern fits right into his game perfectly. He likes to go up the lane. He's not a high-rev, high-powered player, and so the more angle or the less angle that he has to play, the better his ball is going to strike, or the more often. When he has to get way in and start opening the lane up, he's just not built for that. Whereas the two-handers, all the high-power guys are. He doesn't have to do that on this oil pattern. Big advantage for him.
Kyle Troup had quite a battle with Anderson.
Yeah.
The 9th, 10th frame roll-off to advance. Kyle's game, your evaluation.
Oh, Kyle, it's the same kind of thing, except you can, times it by 10. Kyle's full of confidence. Kyle grinds. Kyle can play different parts of the lane. He can do different things with his bowling ball, and he really believes in the process and what he's able to do.
1:30 tomorrow. FS1, Lavoie, Allen, and Buttriff O'Neill. Bill O'Neill, the defending champ. Let's break down those matches, Randy.
Hottest player on the tour, Francois Lavoie, and your reigning or defending champ, Bill O'Neill. It's going to be a great day of bowling on FS1.
O'Neill raised the belt last year in Centerville, Virginia. Coming up next year, here on FS1, ARCA
next year.
Racing, Talladega this year. That's coming up now. For Randy Peterson, Kimberly Preston, the entire crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long for now from here in Milford, Connecticut. More coming your way tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern as the PBA playoffs roll on. You've been watching the PBA on FS1. Troup, Larsen advance to the round of 8.